music stopped.
Hey everybody, welcome to Healing Fire. Thank you for joining. Look who I have with me today. Sabrina, Tree of Life, Inner Guidance, is here with all of her astrological wisdom. And she's going to share with all of us today of all of the diapers hitting the fan, especially for one particular orange person. So we're going to talk a lot about that. Before we get started, for those who, Sabrina, I didn't ask, are you simulcasting or no?
I'm not, because I don't pay for StreamYard yet. I haven't yet.
Oh, won't let you? Oh, okay.
But what I'll do is I can share this video on my posts on my channel. I can't put it up like a video, but I can share it as a post, and I will.
So for those who are not familiar with Sabrina, please check out her channel and subscribe. And where have you been?
Where have you been?
But yes, please like and share and subscribe for both of us. Also, if you, after the live is over, if you could go in and leave a comment on the video, that is greatly appreciated. That's actually what YouTube checks on the algorithm, or the after the live comments and thumbs up and all that. So please do that. That would be very helpful for us. That would be fabulous. There is information in the description where you can contact both Sabrina or myself for readings and more information as well. So yes, if you'd like to book a reading or would like an astrological, all knowingness, that would be Sabrina. I am not your astrological person. However, I do crystal grids and general energy readings and Celtic tarot and dowsing rods and Reiki healing when I do a reading on you. So, but let's let everybody know what you're doing. What are you up to this week, Sabrina?
Well, this week is super exciting because the whole world's gonna blow up. Just kidding. Ooh,
Yay.
Okay, so first of all, let me just tell you all that I did a very comprehensive, complete with every whiteboard under the sun. I love whiteboards. I have always loved whiteboards because I've been an educator for more than 30 years and teaching for 40. So I did a very comprehensive video on the new moon solar eclipse that's Tuesday at 4 a.m. Mountain Time.
Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. It is the Chinese New Year, the year of Fire Horse, which happens every 60 years. And at the same time this coming week, we have Saturn, which is now finally moved into Aries, and it's sitting on top of Judy's ass. so we have Saturn.
Does Saturn make my ass look big?
Yeah, exactly. And so Saturn and Neptune are going to be together holding hands on the 20th. That's so sweet. My teeth hurt. Not in Aries, it ain't sweet. But, and so this is going to be a super duper big week. But this video, it's an hour long. And there's no infomercials in there. It's information. And I explain everything. In fact, I go over all of this in the video. I go over the eclipse. I go over the new beginnings. I go over how it's going to hit the USA. I go over Uranus, the firehouse year. So I go over all of that in the video. And I speak to you in layman's terms, because when I did my very first collab with
some of us are slow.
No, it's not. It isn't that at all. It's just when I first did a star talk with Bobby from Wild Raven Tarot, as I'm talking, I'm like, oh, Sabrina, this is a lot. You forget when you've been doing something for a super
Right.
long time and it just comes, because you've been around it for 40 years, I listen to people talk and I get it when they say, okay, so this is in the third house of communication. It's at, 27 degrees of Uranus and blah,
Yeah,
blah,
you
blah, blah,
already
blah.
lost me.
Well, right. And so when I put astrological videos up, I speak to you like you're brand new to astrology and you want to learn. Now, if you're an astrologer and listening to me, they're probably thinking, get on with it, bitch. But, but I'm not, that's not my audience. My audience is people that, want to understand astrology because it's a big deal. This year is a really, really big deal. So that video, it just says new moon solar eclipse, and it has a beautiful graphic which I made. Thank you very much.
So
And
it's already up or you
it's
haven't put
already
it?
up. It went up two
Okay.
days
So
ago.
everybody check out her video. Definitely. I will be doing
And
that.
it
And
is going, I refer in that video for you to understand how this new moon, how and what department of your life is going to be affected. You're going to go back and look at the forecast for the full moon in Leo, because Leo and Aquarius are in opposition to each other on the astrological wheel. So when we had the full moon in Leo, that bounces back off of the oppositional sign. For example, Judy, you're an Aries. What is the opposite sign to Aries?
who cares?
Well, it's all about you, I know, but it's Libra.
Okay.
And you're Libra rising, so I already know that your stuff is, well, I already have it on my phone, all about you. But so what happens, you need to know whatever your sun sign is, obviously, and what the opposing sign is. So when you watch that Leo full moon forecast, I talk about the oppositional houses where Aquarius is. And I also say in that video, this is going to get hit again with the eclipse.
Mm.
So I don't break it down house by house in this video I posted a couple days ago. But if you go back and look at that full moon video in Leo, you're going to know what department of your life is getting hit.
So am I still a Virgo rising, or I'm
No,
a
you're
Libra?
Libra rising. And
So am I Virgo moon?
You still have a Virgo moon. You haven't mooned anybody and gotten rid of it. So you're still a Virgo
That we
moon.
know of.
Well, not that we have on video.
Thank God I was raised in the 80s.
Listen to me. I have no idea what happened between 1981 and 1992. No clue.
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
Time, but I have no clue what happened. Oh, you are super early Libra rising. So you've got all this stuff in your seventh house of marriage, partnerships. That's where
What does
your
that
sun
mean?
and your Venus is. You're going to die.
Oh, okay, good. I'm ready to start haunting people. I'm just saying.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway.
Well, I have no relationship, so other than
I have not dated in so long. I forget who ties up who, and I'm okay
I
with
mean,
that.
my cat sleeps on me at night, so
Yeah. Well, you know what it is I enjoy peace. And there is enough chaos. There is enough chaos in the world right now that I'm not willing to invite any more in. So
I like legit love being by myself. It is so
my legit love is when I did my walk tonight, I walked down to Walgreens and bought myself an entire bag of half price Valentine candy.
There you go.
So that's my love.
Yeah. I just
Well,
keep
not
thinking,
really,
God,
but
you really better be worth it to disrupt the peace that I have in my life right now.
well, and that's
it better be good.
So let's just talk let's rewind a little bit to the early 70s, okay? It has not been that long. It's only been about 50 years that women could get their own credit card. They
Right.
could buy their own
Mortgage,
house.
business, all
They
of it.
could vote.
Yeah.
So, 50 years ago in the beginning of the 70s, you had to have a male partner
Yes.
or a husband in order to be able to do any of that.
I know
That
people
is,
ask, like, why is the divorce rate going up? It's like, because we can.
well, because, the thing is, and I always joke around and I say, for me to invite a man into my life, he better have more shit than I have. Okay. Because if he's coming in with a paper bag with a change of underpants, that's just not enough. Okay. And
like I said, it's got to be worth it to break up my peace level that I got going on here.
but and this is the thing, and we, I was in 1970. I was too young to even know what was going on, but I didn't I didn't grow up in the time where a
Yeah.
woman had to have a husband in order to do anything. Women no longer need that. And this is what the GOP is trying to do. They're trying to send us back to
Yep.
1950,
Be controlled.
and this whole SAVE Act is about making it super duper difficult for a woman to be able to vote. Because if your birth certificate doesn't match your driver's license, your other information, you're not going to be able to vote if you're a woman.
Well, that's because unless you are in a religiously controlled or marriage controlled relationship, you're more likely to be a liberal. That's why they're doing it.
Well, exactly. And they know that, women are going to come out in droves. But yeah. And the thing is for me, I changed my name to my great grandmother's name. So my birth certificate doesn't match my information either. And it has nothing to do with being married. I took on my great grandmother's Swedish catechism name. So my birth name is not my name. It was funny when I went to court, I had to pay $25 back then. And he says, so why are you changing your name? You realize that you have to pay all your bills in your old name. And I'm like, oh, nobody told me that. And this is me talking to the judge, but I was just kidding. But yeah, so that would affect me. I would not be able to vote because my name
it affects almost everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, but I have
I'm going to say hi to a bunch of the people that have come in. So, hey, Maureen, welcome. Karina Moruzan, sorry. Welcome. Butterflies are free. Hey, butterflies, you still need to contact me for a half price reading that you won. But you're going to sleep. So when you do that, sweet dreams. Edward. Hey, Edward. How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being a moderator. Really appreciate it. Rose Blue.
I need to be moderated, believe me.
Rose Blue, how are you? Welcome. Cindy Lou 9. Hello. Violet. Seen you a couple times today, I think, on Scott's Variety of Lives. I don't think Scott sleeps ever at all.
No, I don't think he does either. He does insomnia, tarot.
Christine, how are you? Good to see you. Saw you the other night at the slumber party.
I cannot comment in the chat, so I am saying hello to everyone. I'm not ignoring you. When I try to,
it's assumed since you're part of the show here, so all good.
But anyway, so hi everybody. I'm not ignoring you, but I can if you want.
All right, and Bora Bora, hello. Terry Mullins, hello. Everybody, lots of people popping in. Thank you all so much. Lots of conversation going on here too. That's cool. Sorry for my barky dog. Jackie B, how are you? Welcome. Thank you. That's the neighbor's dog that's barking, so I can't control it.
Somebody's here with boobies. I love it.
Oh my God. Neighbor's dog is so annoying. Okay.
Bacon, bacon, boobies, bitches, we're all here.
All right. Okay, I think everybody. Yeah, thank you all for showing up. Again, please like and share and subscribe. If you'd like to leave a donation of any kind, then you will be also given priority on any questions. I don't know how many questions we'll have today because Sabrina, sorry, is going to do a lot of talking. I don't know why I called you Serena. That's so weird.
It doesn't matter.
You're like, I'm Hamey. I don't know.
Whatever. Selena, Serena, Sabrina.
Anyway, I don't know how many questions I'll be able to get to, but we will try. But we're sharing more information tonight. Nothing personal. If we do answer questions, it's just going to be related to the topic of conversation, which is how astrology is affecting everybody and politics this week. So, all right. I'm going to mute myself and these dogs. Sabrina, do you want to start telling everybody what's going on this week astrologically?
Sure. I can do a recap of the video. So, all right. Well, as of February 13th, moving into the 14th, happy VD. We had some laughs last night on the Bitch and Bacon show. Saturn has moved into Aries. Now, if you are a Pisces, every Pisces collectively around the world has taken a deep breath and a big sigh of relief. Why? Because Saturn is known as the Lord of Karma. In fact, I'm going to be doing a whole show on Saturn. I'm just starting that. So Saturn is boundaries, restriction, constraints. It's about timing. It's about karma. It's about doing the right thing. And it is not a fast moving energy. It is a slow and steady wins the race, like the tortoise and the hare, that whole story. So Saturn does things for the long haul. But if you have things in your astrological chart that don't get along fabulously with Saturn, it feels like restriction. It feels like when you go to the dentist and they put that lead blanket on you for x-rays. That's what Saturn can feel like. And it can feel like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. Now, what a lot of the Pisces have probably been feeling, because Neptune has been in Pisces for a long time, several years now, because Neptune is further out in the solar system. So it takes longer to go around the sun. Saturn, it takes 29 and a half years. So if you haven't heard of Saturn return, everybody that's listening right now, if you're over the age of 30, think back what happened to you when you were 28 and a half, 29 years old. Just kind of in your head, think back, what happened then? Okay? It's a huge turning point with Saturn. So anyway, we'll come back to that. So Neptune is about dissolving boundaries. Neptune is ruled by Pisces. Pisces is very sweet. It's a water sign. It's the most sensitive of the 3 water signs. The other 2 are Scorpio and Cancer. And Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So Neptune likes being in Pisces. They like each other very much. But when you have Saturn, which is about restriction and boundaries and realism and karma and seeing things clearly, and traveling with Neptune, which is dissolving boundaries. Here's my piece of tail. Dissolving boundaries and the rosy colored glasses. Neptune is also about confusion, illusion, delusion, lies, codependency, addictions, drugs, alcohol. It's also about movies and theater, and about sensitivity and spirituality. So the fact that now they're back together, Saturn and Neptune, and they're in Aries, not Pisces, very different dynamic. So that has happened over the weekend. Saturn has moved into Aries, Neptune is already there. So why is it a big deal? So with your
Wait, can I ask a quick question?
no.
I think I missed something, which is possible because the dogs were barking and I didn't hear everything. But
Okay.
you said to think back when you were 28 and 29, what happened? So I was just a young mom at that point. I had two littles at home, and I don't know, life has always sucked, quite frankly. So I mean, so what does that mean? Is it just? I mean, it wasn't. Does that mean it's going to be like that or the opposite of that? I don't understand.
Hold on. And these are
Okay.
good questions. I'm looking at something.
I was just doing the mom thing at that point in my life, so
Were
nothing,
you working?
Huh?
Were you working or no?
I've always worked like multiple
Oh,
jobs.
okay. All right. Okay, I'll have to come back to that. So what happens at around 28, it's about right around 29. It's easier to think what were you doing when you were 30 years old, okay? There's
Same
usually
answer.
a major thing that happens in your life at age 30-ish, give or take a year on either side. So 29, 30, okay? And when you look back years later, you will realize what happened was a very big deal. That is what's called a Saturn return. It's coming of age. And for some people, it's a coming to Jesus moment. So you could maybe, some people get married at that age. Some people have a child at that age. Some people get divorced. Some people lose a job. Some people lose a parent. Some people get a promotion. It totally depends on what's going on in your chart and how Saturn works in your chart. If you have Saturn that gets along with a lot of the things in your chart and it's in a good position, probably something good will happen. If you have Saturn in your chart that has aspects with other planets that butt heads, that's when I say there might be a coming to Jesus moment. So, for example, I know a guy that, and I would have to really think about, I do know where his Saturn is now that I think about it. When he turned 29 ish, he he got a venereal disease. So his Saturn was not well aspected, did not
Well,
go
you better
along
be
with
careful now.
so you better watch it. Now, on the other hand, when I had my Saturn return, I got a promotion at work.
Hmm.
So, but this is why, if everybody in the chat, if you're over 30 years old and you're looking back, it's going to start to slowly dawn on you. Oh, I bought a house at 29, or whatever. You might have gotten laid off from your job that you probably should have left anyway. Um, so this is why Saturn's called the Lord of Karma. So now we have the Lord of Karma traveling with the Lord of Illusion and Delusion and Lies, and they're in Aries. They're not in Pisces anymore, which Pisces can tend to have those Neptunian qualities of dreamy, the codependency. A lot of Pisces can go down that road. There's a high side and a low side of every astrological sign. The high side of Pisces is very artsy, very creative, very sensitive, very compassionate, kind, caring. The Pisces would be the one that would, help, unfortunate children or volunteer time to, take care of the animals at the shelter. Or the Pisces could be the one that was, shooting heroin and drug addicted, or the alcoholic, and pretending everything was fine. So like I said, there's a high and a low side of everything. There's great sides to Aries, not so good sides. Does that make sense?
I just I'm having a hard time relating that part of my life with my life now because it's so different, you know? So it's like
Well, for you,
because it's all about me. So
I realize that, Aries. I'm fully aware of that. Okay.
I'm just trying to that's how I understand things is by trying to personalize it. So
So the reason why, and this isn't a talk about Saturn, but somehow it's turning into that, and I'm okay with that. I love Saturn. But the reason why you want to look back to what happened around when you were 30,
mm-hmm.
because you have a second Saturn return that comes around 58, and you are almost there.
Yeah.
Next year, you're going to get your second Saturn return. So this is
Well,
why.
I'm turning 56 here in a few weeks. So yeah.
So 2 more years.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, Saturn's in Aries. Your Saturn is in Taurus, so it's going to take about another year to get there. So the reason why this is so important is if you look back at what happened when you were 30-ish,
Mm-hmm.
you know what to expect when you're 58 or 59.
So don't get married.
I don't know.
That's what that tells me.
You know what I always say? First time for love, second time for health insurance. So, but and this is why this is important, because you look back and this is actually the coming of age,
Mm-hmm.
astrologically, the coming of age. So, this is why I would tell anybody wait until you're at least 30 before you get married, because you want to get through that first Saturn return, because it's going to make you grow up one way or another, whether you like it or not.
What? Don't
And
get married when you're 20? What?
I was 25 and I actually should have stayed married to him. He was okay, but I was crazy. So anyway, I wasn't crazy. I just didn't want fenced in. And I'm like, what do you mean I have to come home every night? Why don't you go out and drink beer and eat chicken wings? Or, I'm going to the mall. Go do something. I want to be with you. I'm like, no. But anyway, that's another story for another time. But so if you look
That's
back at
another
that,
slumber party.
that is another slumber party. Yeah, exactly. And that'll be about boys. Just kidding. Um, so you need to start looking, because you're going to feel this energy when you're around 57 ish. You're going to start to feel that same energy again from Saturn. And what happens is, if you didn't learn your lesson the first time around at 29, when it comes up to 58 or 59, you're going to have to learn it again, and it will be less pretty.
So that was actually my next question for you, because energetically, like if you've learned if you've learned that those lessons from that period in time, then karmically you should be good to like step forward some more, shouldn't you?
Yes, Saturn will reward you for a job well done. But if you haven't learned your lessons, you're going to get another brick upside the head.
Okay.
That's just how it works.
So
And
basically it's like yeah, I mean, just like if you haven't, okay, well, here we go again. But if you have, then okay, let's step forward, basically.
so the other thing about Saturn is mastery. So by the time you hit that second Saturn return, that's when you have developed mastery over whatever department of your life that you're in. And for me, I've been teaching fitness for 40 years. I can literally, I do not need to rehearse anything. I know
Mm-hmm.
it stone cold. And when I'm talking and teaching, I'm almost like sitting up here, like that bird's eye view. And I hear myself talking. I'm like, God, you sound like you know what you're doing. And you ought to by this time, 40 years later. But it's mastery. And whatever that mastery is, maybe that you become a grandmother then. If you became a
I have.
mom.
I became a grandma.
Okay, well, there you go. So if you become, if you were a mother, then that next level up would be becoming a grandmother and seeing the fruits of how you raised your children and how they're doing. And you can be so proud that, now you're Nana Banana.
Nana banana.
Yeah. So, but right now, the point of Saturn, that's great. So the point of Saturn right now is it's changed signs out of Pisces, all out of that sensitive, wanting to dissolve boundaries into Aries. So we've got two powerhouse outer planets moving into Aries, which is the sign of the maverick, the warrior, the ram, okay, the me, okay. And on top of that, at 0 degrees is what's considered the very beginning of the astrological chart for everything, because the astrology system, yeah, we know you're number one, bitch. Okay, so astrology starts with 0 degrees of Aries. That's what's considered a world point. So it's the beginning of a cycle, is what that means. Yes, honey. So we have the brand new year of the fire horse, which happens in Chinese astrology every 60 years. We have a 1 year in numerology, which is new beginnings. Fire horse is bold new action. We have Saturn, Neptune, the spiritual warrior in Aries at the 0 degrees world point, the beginning of the astrological wheel, and another cycle, a 36-year cycle. So
I have a question. So because I'm my birthday because I'm the first day of Aries, am I 0 of 0?
no,
Oh.
hold on. I think you're 0. Just no, you're 1 degree.
I'm number one.
Well, we knew that. So I'm glad we've got that clarified now. But the point I'm trying to make, besides Judy's number one and an Aries, in case no one knew that, okay?
We all know now.
Yes, you all know now. Okay, so Aries is fire. It is masculine. It is the first sign of the zodiac. It is a maverick. It is a doer. We're going to do it now. It's all about me. Get the hell out of the way. So this is the kind of energy we have, tempered a little bit with Neptune spirituality and wanting to dissolve the boundaries. And Saturn is like, that's nice, but we need to get a little control of this. And what I talk about in the video is how fire works best with containment, because me living in two different fire-bound states, Arizona, New Mexico, we know how important it is to get a fire contained. So fire energy is fantastic as long as you can contain it, direct it, and have it be useful. So we've got the 1 year, the brand new cycle in numerology. We've got a brand new moon, the very first eclipse of eclipse season, ring of fire in Aquarius. Then we've got Saturn and Neptune, 0 degrees of Aries. This is all happening this week. So what does this mean? Watch the news. You're going to see
Or don't if it traumatizes
or
you.
don't watch the news. Maybe don't watch the news. And
That's why we're here. I watch the news for you, so you don't have to.
Yeah. So anyway, so as you may or may not know, Netanyahu has met with Trump, and they're having a little discussion about Iran.
Yeah.
So don't be shocked if something doesn't transpire, maybe not on Tuesday, the day of the eclipse, but sometime this week. Okay,
Well,
because
it will, because there's more there. It's the distraction he needs from the Epstein files, because there's more and more of that coming out too. So yeah, a
hooray.
culmination.
Yeah. So um
Just in case somebody forgot.
right, right. Judy is number one. Thank you, Rich Lane. Now that we see, we've now clarified that yet again. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, you were saying before I once again interrupted you. Go ahead.
I forgot.
Um,
So,
Netanyahu.
oh yes. So, and this is for spiritual and entertainment purposes
Just
only.
read the little scroll thing.
I
Yeah.
know, but I'm reiterating it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Thank you.
And don't think for 1 minute that they are not plotting to have the Gaza Strip be the Trump carnival in the Middle East.
They absolutely are. Yeah.
Yeah. Rose Blue, you're right. We're just going to call it the Trumpstein files.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, if you're a person that does watch the news, you probably won't have a choice, because I think stuff is going to happen this week. It may not happen on the day of the eclipse, but what happens with eclipses is that energy builds up until the day of the eclipse, and the energy stays for 6 to 12 or 18 months. Lunar cycles are 18 months. So this could easily go on for 6 months, this energy. And the energy is very Aquarian. And I just read a whole article on Uranus, which Uranus is the planet that rules Aquarius. So Aquarius and Uranus are both. So yeah, the diaper, the diaper hits the fan. That's why we called it
On
this.
blast. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. On high,
Mm-hmm.
on turbo. We have a turbo prop diaper fan.
God,
Um,
the visual
so,
is horrifying.
so
Thank you.
what does Uranus mean? So what Uranus and Aquarius: freedom,
Oh.
independence, detachment. Okay, it's about humanity. It's about collaborations. It's about being offbeat, being eccentric, being unpredictable, being ahead of your time. The next big thing is, and if you think, not to bring up Melonhead, but Musk, I believe, is Aquarius rising, and he also has heavy duty Uranus in his chart. At one point, he was the good guy. He was, doing these, electric cars. He was trying to save the environment. He was way ahead of his time, having a computer operated vehicle. And then he got tied up with, the turd. And everybody that gets tied up with him, one way, shape, or form, goes down in
God.
flames.
Ew.
You
Ew.
know? Yeah, you're right. You're right, Maureen. Absolutely. No amount of Pampers with elastic is going to hold in that pile of poop. And so this is what we're looking at. We're looking at new beginnings in innovation. In
AI.
Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Mercury rules communication. So if you go a higher octave, you're looking at cyberspace, you're looking at internet, you're looking at technology, you're looking at Bitcoin, crypto, those type of things. And then to add into this, so the sun, the moon are both in Aquarius along with Mars. So the ego, the feelings, the action, and Pluto is there also, though a little far away. And that's transformation and power struggles. So you have this conglomeration of energy for the new moon in Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, along with the 1 year in numerology, the Chinese New Year, the year of the fire horse, Saturn and Neptune are now at 0 Aries, the world point, the beginning of the astrological system. So you're looking at a whole reset. So you could look at this as an entire cosmic reset that's happening. The other thing regards to Uranus, the planet that rules Aquarius, is in Taurus right now. Now, Taurus, and I know Edward can probably testify to this because he's a Taurus. Taurus likes stability and security and things the same and material possessions and stuff. Taurus rules banking and material things and the supply chain and food. Did I mention food? And food. Oh, sorry, I'm Taurus rising. Food.
Food.
And
did you mention food?
I did.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure. Maybe after food, though.
And wine.
And food.
So you're looking at Taurus being very solid. Taurus is the most solid, stable sign of the zodiac. It's the emperor. Okay. The emperor is solid, stable, has the money. It's a little bit of the Four of Pentacles in there. What's mine is mine and what's yours is mine. As long as everything's mine and we're having dinner, we're good.
I resemble that.
with
so a little less, a little more instability.
So you have the most Taurus being, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus right now, and it's been traveling through Taurus. So you're looking at the crazy planet Uranus that is about unpredictability, instability, change, growth, new stuff, forward thinking. Let's change it. Let's make it new. Let's do it a new way. In the sign of Taurus, that is like, hold your horses. I am just fine the way things are, and you are crazy. So we have Uranus and Taurus, which is coming up against this Aquarius new moon, and it's like this. Okay? The old coming against the new, butting heads. So the old systems, the old values are up against the new and the freedom. And this is all.
Wait. Just to clarify, with everything going on right now and what, a lot of the readers have called for this year, you're saying that this is if I'm hearing you correctly, that this is the, maybe the catalyst or one of the flashpoints, we'll put it that way, one of the flashpoints to out with the old and in with the new, like out with the oligarchy and in with the new way of being, thinking, etc.
So it's out with the top down structures that have been crumbling, the oligarchy being one. So it's out with that and in with the people, because Aquarius is the sign of the people, of humanity, about how do we make this work for the betterment of all. Okay. So, and this has this tension aspect with Uranus and Taurus, but there's more. So, you know how we talked about your birth chart, Judy, and you gave me your time or whatever, and I have it on my phone right here. So just like each individual person has a birth chart, countries have a birth chart.
Right. Yeah.
So the other thing that is going on is this new moon in Aquarius, ruled by Uranus, and it's at 28 degrees, which means it's towards the end of Aquarius. There's 0 to 29 degrees in each astrological sign. Happens to be on top of the moon of the United States birth chart. The moon of the United States birth chart is 27 degrees of Aquarius.
And what does that mean?
I'm going to tell you, this new moon solar eclipse is at 28 degrees of Aquarius. So same thing. The moon in a country's chart represents the people. So, what has been building up is the people, quite frankly, are bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're going to see that continue to build. And this new moon is kind of it's going to kind of maybe come to a little bit of a head in the sense that something may occur this week where people just say, that's it. I have had it. This is not going to go on any longer the way it is. What do I have to do to be part of this overturning? In other words, we aren't going to take it anymore. And now I'm listening to, we aren't going to take it anymore.
Yeah, I'm not going to sing. I'll spare you all. So I have a question. I was thinking about this before we came on. Thinking, like, knowing that this is going to be an emotional week ahead, or chances are everything is going to, be spicy. Let's put it that way. Well, it was odd because, like, for the last few months, and I would say definitely, after the first of the year or whatever, like, I'm thinking at work, a lot of the people coming in are like challenging. We'll put it that way. But this weekend, it was a fairly pleasant weekend. Like, the customers that came in were all like, are for the most part, some of our well-known, beloved customers that are, that were nicer, or, that for the most part, it was a fairly pleasant, even keel, just, the nice people came in kind of thing, which is nice, which I was a little surprised, because I'm like, well, I would almost expect that it would be the people that would be pushier and crankier that would be coming in.
It was Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Love is in the air.
No. No. So I was curious, do you think the people are just almost settling into, this is who I am, and they're becoming more self-assured, more confident, to make them more even keel and more at peace? But if somebody, rubs them the wrong way, like ICE or whomever, right, then they'll stand up. Do you think we're becoming more tolerable to each other, or tolerant of each other? Do you think that's a thing, or is that just a lucky fluke of the weekend?
Those are good questions. So, first of all, not every new moon, full moon affects everybody the same. Okay.
Right.
So if you don't have anything in your own personal astrological chart that these things tip off, then you might not feel any of that. Okay. Now, if you have stuff that is in Aquarius, the end of Aquarius, which would be right now is the end of Aquarius, middle of February.
Mm-hmm.
The opposing sign is Leo. So if you have your birthdays in the middle of August, you're going to be feeling that oppositional. There might be some heads butting. And this is why I said, go back and watch the Leo moon, the full moon forecast, because I talk about how the energies bounce back off of each other. Mm-hmm. So if you're a Taurus, middle of May Taurus, you're going to feel this. If you're a Scorpio, middle of November, you're going to feel this. What might you feel? Well, some of the things that probably everyone is feeling right now, to some more than others, is there is an underlying hum of nervousness, edginess. Okay. Now, this, you may not be sitting around and saying, oh, I'm nervous and edgy because Sabrina said so. What you might be feeling is you're not sleeping well at night.
Well, I don't anyway.
Well, that's because you're a woman and you're over 50.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome.
That's just what happens in menopause.
You got it. So, but you just might
The more you
be
know.
feeling edgy, or you might be feeling like you're waiting for the shoe to drop, the other shoe to drop, or you can't even find the shoes. You know, you might be thinking, well, something's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen, or you don't even remember why you're feeling this way. But so if you are that Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, you are probably feeling that underlying reverberation.
Mm.
Probably.
And then the rest of us, what?
Now, for example, if you're a fire sign, and yep, there you go. If you're number one, like Judy. Well, if you're a fire sign, early fire sign, so Aries, very beginning of Aries, which is the last week of March, last week of July for Leo, last week of November for Sagittarius, those fire signs, with Saturn and Neptune now in Aries, that could energize you, have the exact opposite effect.
Yeah.
So the thing is not, when I talk about this stuff, I'm talking about as a collective. So as a collective country, the United States is getting hit head on with this energy because it's hitting the moon of the United States. It would be like, Judy, if your moon was 28 degrees of Aquarius and this new moon eclipse was on there, you'd be reverberating. And I don't think I need to say out loud with teeth that the United States is reverberating. Would you agree?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And this is when I'm saying that this week, some things could, I do not predict. I just say there is potential for something sudden.
Given the energy.
Yeah, given the energy, something sudden, something unprecedented, something that comes, completely out of the clear blue sky. Yes and no. I mean, if you're waiting for something to happen, if you're waiting for a sign, that would be it.
But if you're waiting for the diaper to drop.
Yeah.
Oh God, no, don't. Never mind.
Thought.
Never mind.
Horrible thought. After seeing him in white golf pants.
Oh.
Anyway, so
my apologies.
The diaper could hit the fan this week. That could mean Iran. That could mean stock market. That could mean crypto, Bitcoin. So technology. And this stuff has been building, and this is a good week for a couple of major things to just come out. No, we're not. Geez, Judy. Okay. All right. Are you talking trash in the chat and I'm not paying attention?
No, it's what I said, ready for the diaper to drop. Everybody's like, no! Yeah. Dear God, no!
I can't imagine doing anything with him anytime, anywhere, even if
oh my God, I know. That's why he had to rape him, allegedly, for entertainment and spiritual purposes only.
I feel very spiritual talking about that. So, I'm not saying this to alarm people because I'm not an alarmist. I don't like using alarmist titles and any of my stuff. I'm like, hey, I'm just here to give you some information. And there is potential for something to happen this week. It could happen, like I said, it could be Iran. And it also could be that because we're turning into all these new cycles, there might be a couple people that check out because the new cycle is beginning and they're like, you know what? I'm done. I'm out of here. It's time for me to go. So this is also breakthrough energy or breakdown energy. So it could go in either of those directions. But
Are you calling me unhinged, Terry?
Terry, aren't you a Leo? You're another fire sign, honey.
Yeah, Richleen. Yeah, they had to. He messed himself during a meeting, and they had to. Didn't they? They had to open the windows, and I think they ended it. They ended it early. They just ended the meeting because people were like, not, they couldn't deal with it.
You know,
So
I just, I think that the thing that it just astonishes me, but it should not, is, so I'm on Facebook, and I'm only on Facebook because I have these huge Pilates groups that I have to handle. And I put up as my cover photo on Facebook, I put from Levi Stadium, what the best bunny ever had there. He put the only thing more powerful than hate is love. So that's my cover photo because I thought it was great. So this woman who is from Poland is an immigrant and lives in the United States. She probably has dual citizenship. So she posts on that. She says, well, then it's time for you to stop spreading the lies and disinformation and hate, Sabrina. And I'm like, you just put that comment on a sign that says there's the only thing greater than hate is love. But this is how disturbing these red hats are, because she is a red hat.
yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
I was very good. I just put the laughing emoji, and I'm like, of course and I'm like, bitch, you're an immigrant. They could get you anytime now. And, and I'm just like, you know what? These people are not going to see the light. Some of them never will. But no matter what we say or do or what happens out there, if they've already made up their mind,
We're not going to change their mind.
Right. And, the thing is, when I was, reading this whole article on the planet Uranus, which is the one we just talked about, which is eccentric and rules electricity and the nervous system and is unconventional and on and on. In this article, it talked about how if you have these aspects to this planet in your chart, that there are actually a lot of criminals like Al Capone that have this energy in their astrological chart. And guess who has that energy?
Orange Man?
The Diaper Man. Yep. Doo Donnie. Okay. So he has that energy, and he also has the energy of being an egomaniac.
What?
No.
Really?
There's several points.
I'm not noticed.
Yeah, there's several points in his chart, but unfortunately, he also has an aspect in his chart that brings him unbelievable luck. And we have watched this.
What is that? Because he's Gemini, I know that.
He has Sun in Gemini, conjunct Uranus in Gemini, and the North Node, which is what you're striving for, all in Gemini, in the 10th house of the public eye. And this is where he has his charisma for certain people. And he also, I believe, is 29 degrees of Leo rising, which we talked about this before, which there is a fixed star named Regulus, which means royalty. And
no, wait, I have a question about that.
I was talking.
I have a question though, because I've heard that his mom, she was into astrology and stuff apparently, when he was actually born was not good fortune, and so they paid to have his official time changed to where he was born on a chart that was lucky or better off or something like that. So are you using his new chart, or what people
I
have
am
estimated as his original chart?
I'm using what allegedly is his original birth time, which makes sense because this would put this fixed star Regulus translates to royalty right on his ascendant. So Leo rising already is going to walk in the room like the king or the queen.
Right.
Leo rising is going to look usually one of two different ways. Either they're going to look like I do right now, they're going to come in a baseball cap and they're going to look sporty, or they're going to come in perfectly coiffed and dressed, and a woman will have her makeup perfectly done, her nails done, her jewelry, her hair. Leo rising usually has a lot of hair. I am not Leo rising, but I get accused of being Leo rising all the time. I look Leo rising, but I'm not. Maybe they switched my birth time around. I don't know. But anyway, so, and you know that he has always worn a suit with his perfectly pressed tie, and he is super worried about his hair and his makeup because he's got a tan, he's got the hair, he's got the horrible clay face. But he is super duper appearance oriented.
Yes.
And that's all very Leo rising. And he has Mars in Leo, which Mars in Leo wants to be worshipped. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
Worship me. I want to be on that pedestal. And I believe he has, I'm pretty sure, let me look here. I don't want to contradict myself.
Yeah, he had his hairline shortened or whatever because he didn't like the fact that it was receding. And
so he has Pluto and Mars in the 12th house, which is also could say abusive father. There was
what
abuse.
really?
There was abuse in behind the scenes there. So I mean, astrology is unbelievable. I mean, were you on when I did Sherry's chart? Were you on that conversation? So anybody in the chat, were you there for Sherry's chart when she put her chart up? Now I knew nothing about Sherry, nothing, but I looked at that chart and I said, well, this happened, and your mother was this, and your father was absent, and this, and that, and the other thing. Your chart will show all of that, and that's why.
What about now? Because I'm adopted.
What about now? That's another song.
What about now? I'm adopted. So would it show my adopted parents or my birth parents?
It would show the lack of parents.
What do you mean?
It would show your parents were probably absent.
Oh, because I was adopted? So the birth parents.
It would also allude to abandonment issues.
Oh, no, not me. Who was married 22 years when it should have been 3?
Well, we all have to when it should have been.
Speaking of being slow on learning lessons.
Well, the thing is the way you grow up affects your whole life, for better or for worse. And some people have the most amazing upbringing and they have everything they could ever want, and they're still an asshole. So, and then some people,
they most often are in those cases, actually.
I actually should have been knocked up and a drug addict and in a home with the upbringing I had. But instead, when I was 18, they gave me, for my graduation, I was actually 17, they gave me an alarm clock and luggage. I said, oh, that means it's time to leave. Bye bye. So, if you look through Erickson's psychosocial model, the different stages of growing up, and they have this thing called invulnerable children, where some children will have the worst upbringing ever. They have no chance, but there are other parental figures that come into their life while they're growing up that kind of steer them. And my friends' parents loved me. I don't know why. I mean, I was crazy. Well, actually, I was a pretty good kid. I would vary between, I'm going to be a crazy person this year, and then the next year, straight A's, the honor roll.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I got along really well with all my friends' parents, and they were kind of surrogate moms to me. So I turned out okay. I mean, I made a million mistakes, but
We all did and do. That's part of being
oh yeah, I'm
human.
not done
It's
yet.
the human element.
So yeah, but all this stuff will show up in your chart. And then what happens is, as the planets move around the sun, because astrology is ever moving, changing, when these moving planets in the sky activate planets in your chart, that's when the diaper hits the fan.
Okay. So with what's going on now in his chart, right?
I'm listening.
What would be, I'm trying to think of a good way to phrase this. I suspect that when the big event happens, it'll be because he's finally absolutely lost control of the narrative and he just, and he strokes out. It'll probably be in the middle of the night and he'll drop in the bathroom, whatever, right? And they'll find him in the morning. We may not hear about it for a few days, but that's what I think is going to happen. So, given the astrological elements and his chart, when is a likely time to where he will absolutely lose control of all narrative and he's just hosed? Like there's nothing that he can do. He for the first time in his life has reached the point where there's nothing he can do. Do you see something in that chart?
So what you're saying is, are you saying that he has a health episode, or that he just flips his lid and does things?
Strokes out.
So are you talking dirt nap, or are you talking a health
dirt nap?
Dirt nap. Okay. Well, that I wouldn't even wager to predict anything like that, but I will say this, that this new moon is in his 6th house of health.
Which means what?
Something could happen because Uranus is also there. So
when a new moon is in a house, is that like, okay, this is a new beginning, so something else, is that like the Tower? Where new beginning because something else has ended?
No, it's the Fool. It's the Fool.
Oh, so it's that new beginning. Okay.
Yeah.
New journey.
Now, where it's in his 6th house of health, and where
Uranus, we know he's not getting better.
So where Uranus is on his midheaven right now, which is public eye, and this new moon is in his 6th house. I'm not predicting this. It could be he could collapse in public out of the clear blue sky.
Oh God, are we really that lucky? I mean, gosh, oops, that would be horrible.
Well, it's really so sad. It's that that there's so many people that feel that way. And I don't like to wish bad on anyone, but hot damn, we could use some help.
My philosophy on this, which I have declared many times, so if you're still on my channel, you're well aware of my proclivities here. I will never shed a tear when evil dies. I would not have shed a tear when Hitler crossed over. I did not shed a tear when Saddam crossed over. I will not shed a tear when Orange Hitler crosses over too. I will not, because the world will be better off. Sometimes we're better off when there's an exit. And when that one is an exit, we will all be better off.
Well, the thing is, and this was back in 2015, the first go round. I was talking with a couple of clients, and the one client, a man who's kind of a know-it-all, he says, "Oh, well, Sabrina, Hillary's going to win, of course.
Mm.
And I'm
She
telling you,
probably did.
she did win. I'm
Mhm.
claircognizant, so I will just get stuff in. And I just got hit with this.
Mm.
The American people are going to get what the American people deserve. And I'll never forget that. It just came on me like a ton of bricks. And at that moment, I'm like, oh, you've got to be kidding. And I just knew that he was going to get in. Then, when it happened again in 2024, and I mean, the energy was so high for Kamala, it was just through the roof. And everyone was so excited. I mean, she did win, okay?
She did. Yep.
And,
Even
but
more than Hillary won.
indeed,
Yeah.
but when I knew that Pluto, the planet of change, transformation, power struggles, birth, death, sex, taxes, um, I saw that Pluto had reversed. It's called retrograde. In the sky, it
Right.
appears the planet is going backwards.
That I
And
know.
did you have any questions?
Oh,
um,
I have so many. You have no idea. Yeah. But go ahead.
but when I realized that Pluto was back into Capricorn, which Capricorn is top down structures, oligarchy, CEOs, big banking, big systems, that it's not about the people, it's about the top people getting what they want. And
Mhm.
Pluto had backed up into Capricorn. I was like, I'm like, you've got to, no, please tell me we're not going to go through this again. And I just was like, and when I started to see the swing states come in, I was like, this
Uh-huh.
can't be happening again. You people cannot be this stupid.
Well, the people weren't.
Well,
Yeah.
there still are plenty that are
Oh,
this
oh
stupid,
yeah.
but
100%. There are still.
I
Yeah.
think that there's potential for a couple of things to transpire this week that is going to turn a lot more people into whiskey tango foxtrot. So, and they're going to be like, oh, what have we done? And are you kidding? And
The
and I
FAFO
don't know
money?
what it's going to be, but it is there. Iran,
Mm-hmm.
and and they just hit two ships in the Caribbean again. And I just read an article, I think it was on Forbes or Business Insider, how many billions of dollars these little explosions of these alleged drug ships and tankers are costing the taxpayers. And every time they have a lawsuit on this frivolous shit, is we're paying for that. We
Mm-hmm.
can't afford to pay for the ACA subsidiaries. We can't afford to give children free lunches in school, but we can go allegedly bomb these ships that have fishermen on there that are out there shrimping like Bubba Gump, and they're not doing anything. They're not
Or pay for
having.
lawsuits because somebody disclosed his taxes.
Oh,
We're
for
paying for
Pete's
all
sake.
those things. So,
That's another thing that's probably, and all these lawsuits disappear. They just,
yeah, I know.
but they cost money. They cost us money. I hate him. Did I mention that?
I'm going to, okay, a few people have asked questions, so I'm going to address some questions. And I also want to say hi to Scott.
You mean besides you?
Aries, it's all about me. My show. And hey, Scott, I hope you finally got a nap in. You've been up like 24/7.
Hi, Scott.
But
Sorry I couldn't help
I
you
much
last
like
night.
Scott, I'm drinking my coffee. I solemnly swear that I'm up to no good.
And I'm drinking wine because that's the only way I can deal with this.
With this or with me?
All the above. B.
Okay, so Rose Blue has a question. How will the blood moon eclipse affect F45's health, etc.? Will it be over DC and Mar-a-Lago? I'm not sure I fully understand the question. Do you understand the question?
I think she's asking, is this eclipse going to happen in Mar-a-Lago and blow the place up?
Oh, she asked it again here. It goes over DC and Palm Beach. Okay. So how is that going to affect him?
Okay. So, all right. So what I was saying, let me hold on 1 second here. I need a second. Tell some stories.
Once upon a time, Scott Scorpio Santero had 6 cups of coffee and did not go to sleep all night long and continued to do lives.
And I have seen that happening.
At 4:30 in the morning as we're going back and forth and wake up at 5 and he's still doing lives. Scott, I hope you got to sleep.
Okay.
Oh, and cheers for drinking beer.
I love my whiteboards. Can you please pull the question down? So
God, Sabrina, oh my gosh, you're so demanding.
Shut up. Yeah. Shut up, bitch. So this is your standard astrological chart here. So if any of you have ever had a chart done and you looked at a piece of paper printout, it had these 12 slices of pizza. Did I mention food?
I like pizza.
Each one of these slices of pizza are a different department of your life. So when we talk about a rising sign, that's the first house. So when you come in the room, it's how you present yourself. Okay. So that's when I said Leo rising. Leo rising would come in the room. They're either going to come in super sporty or super dapper and perfectly coiffed. All right. Okay. The second house is your earning potential, what you love, your values, your material possessions. Okay. Third house, communication. Fourth house is your home, your foundation, your family. Fifth house is love affairs, creativity, children. The sixth house is a house of health. No, I have tons of whiteboards. You guys got to remember, I'm an educator. That's what I've done for most of
I appreciate it. I like whiteboards and sticky notes. I am sticky note queen, man.
And these are all magnetized.
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic. Okay, go ahead.
So if you were looking at Donnie's chart, he's Leo rising. The new moon eclipse lands in his 6th house of health. This 6th house, which is Aquarius for him, and Uranus, the planet of sudden, unexpected, out of the blue changes. Uranus is up here in the house of public view. The new moon is in a 6th house of health. That's why I said he might have a sudden public health episode. That's where I'm getting that from. Everybody in the chat, you bunch of bitches, stop crossing your fingers. I can see you. Okay? So this is how I looked at that. And so when you have that unfavorable aspect between those planets, there's potential for that to happen. Now, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I am just saying there is potential for that to happen. Okay? So to answer your question, there's potential for that to happen this week. Now, I don't know if it will, because we see this guy. He has had the luck of a sultan, where he wouldn't wear a mask during COVID, and how many people, we would probably have 500,000 less dead people if it wasn't for him.
I could throw him some love.
You know who I feel like? I feel like Star Wars.
I was gonna say, you look like you have a lightsaber. Like you're like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, that's who I am. Just call me Obi-Wan. So, you know, the thing with him is when there's potential for things to happen or for him to get in trouble or for him to go to jail or get fines or any of this stuff,
I don't know
he
what happens.
has that damn lucky thing in his chart that he worms his way out of it. And it's just unbelievable. And it's very disheartening to see the damage he does, the collateral damage, and he doesn't have to pay for it. And it's just aggravating as so
So clearly I wasn't born with that same thing. I can tell you that. I'm opposite, whatever that is.
Well, I have a thing in my chart where I can fall in quicksand and come out with a bottle of champagne and a dozen roses. So I have that. But I probably couldn't break the law because of where my Saturn is. So so to answer the question, there is potential, who knows, but all I can say to you all is watch what happens this week. There's a lot of precursors of what's to come, and we're in a brand new cycle. We're in a new year. We're in a new Chinese New Year. We're in a new cycle with Saturn and Neptune. So this is some of the stuff that I talked about. Let me shut this ring light off. So this is some of the stuff that I talked about on this lecture for the new moon, the year of the fire horse. And all of these things you see on here also represent the Saturn and Neptune together in Aries. Because these are all Aries words also.
That's why I like them. I'm like, I like it. This is good.
Breakthrough, bold, brave, bitches. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah, get them.
Let's go, man.
You know, and it's that kind of energy. But once again, fire needs containment. You know, if you make a fire, shut up. If you make a fire pit outside and nothing contains it, you're going to burn down the neighborhood.
Marshmallows and s'mores.
Okay. Weenies. Oh, I love me a weenie.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Date night. So anyway, Scott is blushing. I love it. So, you have some other questions. Let's get up here and talk about people.
I did want to point out, this is from much earlier, but I saved it. Terry, I love Finding Nemo, and I have some friends that they would call me Dory because I'll go along and I have, you know, I'm a squirrel. So I'll be like going along. Hey, where's Nemo? What are we doing here? Why are we here? I live very much up here. I need to work on grounding. And anyway, so love Finding Nemo. She's talking about the seagulls that they're always like, mine. So fabulous movie. I love that movie. Thank you for bringing that up.
Okay.
Okay. Got that out. Okay. Okay, so we answered. So to answer Rose Blue more specifically, so I understand is this new moon? Is it called the blood moon? Is that what it is? Or no, the blood moon eclipse.
It is an eclipse. I don't know if it's a blood moon. I know it's a ring of fire. And what makes it a ring of fire? This is an annular eclipse. So it's too far away from the sun to block it completely, which is a total solar eclipse.
Right.
So this is why you're going to see a ring of fire. And I think it can only be seen in the Antarctica. So it's not like there's one in August or September I think it's September that's in Iceland. It's over Iceland because Mel Dor's taking a trip, taking a group.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah.
So you're going to see the ring of fire, which I think is much cooler, but it's not totally cool. A full total solar eclipse. And what's really crazy is it's a new moon solar eclipse. So you
Yeah,
feel
that
like it should
confused
be a
me.
lunar eclipse, but it isn't. Solar eclipse means the sun is getting eclipsed or covered.
Right.
And when it's a lunar eclipse, it's the moon.
Okay.
So,
So it's
yeah,
a new moon solar eclipse, which means we can't see the moon, but it's still going to block the sun.
it's going to block the sun, and you're going to see a ring of fire depending on where you are. And it's can only be seen, I guess, in Iceland because it's at what's it 4 a.m. Mountain Time.
Mm-hmm.
So the sun's not up then. So can
Right.
we?
That sounds really cool. But I think Rose Blue was indicating that the moon was going to be going over Mar-a-Lago or over that. So
Okay, so Rose
will
Blue.
that have an effect on him?
I just told you that
I'm slow. I'm slow.
Even my little one is bigger than yours.
I know. Everybody's is bigger than mine.
So what I said was the moon, this
Mm-hmm.
new moon annular solar eclipse,
right,
lands in Donnie's sixth house of health.
No, I understood that.
Could also mean because sometimes with an eclipse, and there's a buildup to it, there can be an ending, but it signifies a new beginning. So, what I am saying is, I cannot predict and say, oh, yes, he's going to fall over and find that banana peel on the stairs of Air Force One, okay, for entertainment purposes only. I'm saying that there's potential for a health episode because of where this moon lands in his chart. And why I'm saying there's potential that it could happen in public is because Uranus is sitting at the top of his chart where people see him.
Right.
So
I understood all that. That wasn't the question.
He could collapse in public.
That wasn't the question.
I don't understand. I don't know what the blood. I don't know. Is this a blood moon?
The way I understood the question, which could be totally wrong, is that it supposedly passes over Mar-a-Lago. Does that the fact that it passes over a particular geographical spot, does that have anything to do with anything?
It could. I did not look up if the new moon was passing over Mar-a-Lago. He might not even be at Mar-a-Lago. And then what would that mean?
I don't know.
What it does mean is in his astrological chart, this new moon lands in his sixth house of physical health.
Okay.
That could mean something could transpire. And the reason why I say maybe it could happen in public is because of the way the angle of Uranus in the sky hits his chart and where this new moon lands. And it might be over DC also. I didn't look at that. Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you because I'm just like, you know what? I know right where it's going in his chart. And
that's what we're referring to right now is because it has more to do with how it affects his chart. So, got it.
Yeah, well, if it lands on his head, hooray.
Hey, Judy's on. Got Silky Steel is on. Oh, people have been coming and going. Sorry if I missed you.
Does the new moon solar eclipse on February 17, 2026 go through Washington, D.C.? So I can't answer that. I can look it up, but you cannot see it from the US. You have to be, I think it's, you can see it in its total. I think it's, I want to say it's in Antarctica where you can see it. The eclipse shadow path. It's in the Antarctica.
Yeah.
Okay. Maximum eclipse is All right, so it's at maximum at 5:12 a.m. in Phoenix.
Edward says partial solar eclipse occurred at the moon's ascending node of orbit on March 29th, 2025, which will be over North America. And then Silky Steel, it's going to cut across Antarctica, not going anywhere near DC. Okay, I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to say.
I know, yeah.
It's not near Mar-a-Lago. It's not near DC, or this would be, I would know that probably because it would be on my radar. It's not on my radar because when you look at it, it's down below because of where the sun is. So the sun is, now you might be able to see it if you were in the Eastern Hemisphere. But I think it's way down low, which is what I thought. Okay, next question.
Okay. Looks like so far this will be our last one here. Another one from Rose Blue wants to know what's astrology looking like for Ukraine and Russia.
I have not looked at Ukraine and Russia. I cannot answer that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All I have to say is Zelensky is a international hero.
Oh my God, yeah. Isn't he amazing?
And
have you ever done his
He's an Aquarius. He's an Aquarius.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I want to marry him as soon as he's done blowing up Russia. He is an actor and a dancer.
Yeah,
Look up Zelensky. Look up about him. He's a very interesting dude.
Yeah. Yeah. He's and he played a president on his show or something like that he was acting
you're playing the Secretary of State on your show.
Is that what I'm doing? Oh God, no, I'm sorry.
I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you. All right, I have more whiteboards. Let me get them out. What do you want to ask next?
I think we're out of questions. Plus, we've been about an hour and a half. So
I know, talking about you mainly.
Aries. 1 degree Aries.
All right, you know what? Let's do this, Judy.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Pick out whatever deck of cards you want to use.
Yeah.
And let's just do a throw. 3 cards, maybe a couple clarifiers on what could potentially happen. And let's just keep it with the United States. What could potentially happen this week in the United States? And I'm going to use the predictions deck, and I'm probably going to clarify it with the Tarot Decoded, which is a heavy deck.
Again, in case anybody forgot.
Okay. All right. Thanks for playing. And I'm just the flunky here.
I am so thankful for you, actually. Because I am so astrologically illiterate, and you're a freaking hoot on top of it. So I love having you on my show.
I didn't realize how much it was to learn until I was
it's
on
a
the
lot.
coffee. And I'm like, holy shit. Well, like what I say is, when you learn tarot, there's 78 cards, okay? They have their meanings. When you use a different deck, it kind of colors the meaning a little bit based on the imagery.
Changes meanings, yeah.
But once you learn what the cards mean, that's what the cards mean. And you just practice getting better at reading how they combine.
The cards, there's a lot. I don't know that you ever stop learning tarot because there's so much to the cards. The direction the characters are facing, the colors, the animals, the astrological, the elements. So like you don't really ever stop learning tarot because they're so deep.
And they were never meant for divination. All right, so our question is, what is going to happen this week in the U.S. that we need to know about?
Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Hold on.
Uh-oh, the bullshit bell.
Yeah.
U.S.
They're like, you need to clear these. Hold on, I got to shuffle. They want me to shuffle for this. This is going to be good. Like proper shuffle, not just slippy slidey shuffle. Hold on. If you come up with yours before I do, go ahead. I tend to shuffle for a bit.
I may do tarot first and clarify with the predictions deck, because this predictions deck scares me. It's so accurate. So I'm gonna do tarot first, I think.
Liz,
And
yeah, she says she never, she just goes by what she sees when she looks at the decks. Yeah, as I've mentioned this before too, it's like there's still a lot to read into a card and to know about them. But usually it's when I start talking about the card that I'll get messages that'll come in. So that's always a factor. But
I don't read.
that's the
I don't.
part of the divination aspect.
I don't read card by card. I look at the card, and then
Mhm.
I look at the next one, and I get an entire story. And for those of you in the chat, like, and this has happened twice over the last couple weeks.
Twice.
It's happened over the last couple of weeks that, you know, I got information and I looked at those cards and I'm like, yeah, okay. Are you sure you want to ask this question? Because I don't really want to answer you.
Yeah.
Right. U.S. this week.
Wow.
Oops. They're getting away from me. Oops. There goes a whole bunch. Well, we're going to have to look at this. Nope, too many jumped. Damn these little hands of mine.
But you have a big wand.
And somebody said to me, she said, my God, you have little hands. I said, I know, but I have a big mouth.
You have a big wand.
I have a big wand too. Ooh la la.
I have little hands and a little wand. You can't take me anywhere. Sorry, you're stuck with this. Wow. Holy cannoli. Damn. I ended up doing a full spread because I'm like, I just want to see where this goes. This is crazy. So since you're still drawing, I'm going to go ahead and
Go ahead.
I was just going to do like a 3-card pull, and then 2 came out at the same time. And then I'm like, oh, there's got to be more to this story. So I kept going, and here we are. Okay, well, the Fool.
Did we already talk about that?
We were just talking about the Fool. There will be a new beginning, and look at that little moon right there. Drawing my attention to that, actually went straight to that moon. So very interesting. Crossed by illusion delusion. So they are going to be trying to spin like no tomorrow, because I think it's out of control for them right now. Just like I was saying, I was asking you about, it's like, when are they going to feel like they're out of control? They're on it. I mean, they're going to be forced right now to like, okay, what's our new narrative? Because this isn't working. And when I say they, I'm getting like everybody else in the world, all the other people that are being called out right now. They're not liking where dozing diaper Donnie has been taking them here. So people are going down. People in power are going down. There is a new beginning. The one that we've been led down, the broligarchy that we've had to deal with for God knows, since the beginning of time, and has amplified since Reagan and Nixon and all of them, right? It's gotten even worse and worse and worse and worse. It's coming to a head, and that I keep looking at that moon. I think you're right. That moon is a big factor. So there's a new beginning. They aren't going to know what in the hell to do, and they're going to be spinning this tail like you have never seen. And the foundation is, they're in a nightmare situation. They don't know what to do with themselves. They've never been exposed. They never thought they would have to be, or that they would be exposed. These are new feelings for them. They've never been on the, they've been in charge of the spin and what medications we buy, what healthcare we're allowed, what jobs we think we're doing, what opportunities, AI, crypto, whatever, that they want to like spin to us, and we just kind of gobble up like Pac-Man, right? They've been in charge of all of this for so long, and all of a sudden it's going to come. There's a new beginning, pumpkin, and they don't know how to spin it, and this is a nightmare situation for them all. And their days of complete fulfillment and being able to walk through this life scot-free are now coming to an end. This is in the past position. This 10 of Cups, moving to the past. Their day of complete and total just impunity, it's moving to the past.
Did you do a Celtic cross?
Yeah.
Okay.
And crowning it, there's some new feels. There's some new feelings that they don't know what to do with because of this nightmare situation, and they're being exposed, and oh my God. So
what card is that?
This is Page of Cups.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Because I can't really see what it is.
Oh, sorry, I'm not announcing it.
Could you say it out loud, please?
Yes, okay. No, sorry, to backtrack. Yeah, because what, you don't all read my mind and see the cards. Okay, so the Fool.
I know you're number one.
My 7 of Cups, which is illusion, delusion. The Foundation, I have the 9 of Swords, which is the nightmare situation. Moving to the past, we have the 10 of Cups. This is like complete spiritual and earthly fulfillment, essentially. Moving to the past, where they literally have everything they could ever want and will always have everything they want. Moving to the past. Bringing about, crowning it, Page of Cups, brand new feels. They don't know what to do with this. This is a new thing for them. The rest of us deal with this on the daily. They don't. They've never had accountability, ever, 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 ever. For the first time ever, they're having to have accountability. And coming into the future, the 9 of Cups, I think in this case, this is the people going, finally, damn it. And also I'm hearing the survivors. Finally, there's starting to be some accountability, and not even by our own nation, but by others around the world. Because other nations, they're stepping down the people in power and control, and in the money situations and the bank situations and the government situations, the scientists, the gurus, all of them are being exposed, and the people are like, it's way deeper. It will continue to go way deeper than anybody could possibly imagine, honestly. But finally, it's like the people and the survivors are like, there's something, even if it's a nugget, there's something. There's some people being held accountable. This is coming more and more in the future. So the people are going to be, finally, it's like it's shifting and it's turning to where instead of the broligarchy being in charge of freaking everything, the people have realized, you know what? We got some power. And we're probably going to want to keep it. So there's that current situation. The Knight of Swords, the Sword of Truth is getting ready to leap off of that ledge. And once you leap off that ledge, there's no turning back. And he's right there poised for action. So Sword of Truth, some of it's come out already. There is more coming. There's more coming. And it's going to bring about a lot of destruction. Once he leaps off that cliff, it's not a happy landing for those that don't like the consequences of the Sword of Truth. The external influence, and I'm hearing journalists and sorry, words are hard sometimes. I'm seeing pictures. Journalists and whistleblowers and other people that they're going to start throwing people under the bus for insurance purposes. So people that are wanting to save themselves, there's some people that are going to be able to do that. Other people are not. For those that want to bring this information to light, finally, it looks like they're finally headed towards the light. They're finally moving, not necessarily calmer waters per se, but there is some, because of all the swords, they are moving towards more light. There is more information coming out. And there are some people that are going to sacrifice other people by throwing them under the bus, and they're going to save themselves too. That's kind of the reality. And the hopes and fears, Three of Swords, treason, heartbreak for those that have always lived this life that are no longer going to be living this life. A lot of people being exposed. I mean, it's going to keep coming. It's not going to be just this week. It's going to keep coming and coming and coming and coming. And this is going to be really interesting. But the final outcome, Wheel of Fortune, karma bus, baby. What is up is coming down, and what is down is going up. The whole wheel is turning right now. So that's the final outcome. So yeah, this is going to be bananas, man. Total bananas. So what did you get, Sabrina?
I'm not going to be nearly as animated.
Well, you're not everybody can be an Aries.
That's true.
Thank God.
So, first of all, what did I do with it? Oh, so this is the tarot deck I'm using. And if you're not familiar with this deck, it is, I'll show you there's the guidebook. And I'm showing you this because I use this deck. I fussed about buying this deck. There's a Magician.
Ooh.
You want me to get it in there closer? That's the Magician card right there, where you can see the sword, the pentacle, the cup, the wand. It is a super heavy deck. I think it's a beautiful deck, but I use it for heavy duty questions. And then this is Trish James, the predictions deck, and they call it the creepy little kids deck. She uses these creepy little kids.
Yeah.
So, but boy, I'll tell you. So the first card I got out was the Six of Wands, and I'm going to hold it here so you can see that this is a very different deck. I love the artwork. So typically the Six of Wands is the victory card. I love the Six of Wands and the Star. Those are my favorites. But in this particular arena, when I pulled a clarifier from the creepy kids, this says imprisoned and detained. So what very first came to my mind is they're going to find the person that took Nancy Guthrie this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They're going to find that. And
week,
based on the astrology, I think it's someone the family knows and they're not far away. We'll see if I'm right or wrong.
That too.
But that's what I got. Then the second card out, okay, I got the Nine of Pentacles, but I got it reversed. So what this is saying, that we all as a collective, by and large, have been moving along, enjoying the good life. Now,
apparently you're a number 2.
Okay. Well, that's all right. I'm number 2 in some things, but not many. I can also allow somebody to be number 1 when they're on their show. So with this Nine of Pentacles being reversed, and I used to say I don't read reversals. Yes, I do. So this flips the energy of living the good life right upside down, and the clarifier on top of this, spreading and mutating. I believe this fruit bat virus, it's already in the United States. You're going to hear about it. You're going to see it. It has a 40 to 75% mortality rate. There is no vaccines. There's no treatment. This is the second time I've got a card along these lines. So what this tells me is if you are going anywhere like the airport, you're flying, you're going anywhere where there's a lot of people, I would highly suggest you wear a mask. And I'm supposed to travel to be in the second week of April. I will be wearing a mask on the airplane and in the airplane.
Totally. Mm-hmm.
So
it's from what I've heard on that, it's not supposed to be as bad as COVID, but it is gonna be bad, and people will dirt nap for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
there's nothing you can do about it except hope to hell that you don't get it. And
Well, that was the way COVID was until they found, but it takes time. So, yeah.
yeah. So third out of the gate is the world. So this is this version of the world card, and you can see the lion there, and you can see the eagle on the top corner and the four fixed signs of the zodiac, but it came out reversed. So the world is your last card in the tarot deck, which is a accumulation of the fool's journey from 0 to 21. So it's the ending of a cycle, and then the new beginning of another cycle, but where it's reversed, my reaction is it's this bullshit again. So with that, cyber attack. Now,
Mm-hmm.
and then I pulled a clarifier on this, and it says judgment. So it's inevitable that there's something, like I said, that's going to happen this week. Could be drones. Did you all hear about the drones in El Paso? These,
God. They shut down the airspace and oh my
they
God.
were party balloons.
I know.
We have a drunken buffoon in hedgehog. Oh my God. This is
And
so
dementia
embarrassing.
dozing Dawn at the helm. Oh my God.
So I think that, like I said, I think that, no, this is just my take on the cards. If it isn't Nancy Guthrie's abductor that they find this week, somebody is going to get detained. There's going to be a victory that coincides with this person. Now, this could be somebody else from the Epstein files, but my very first impression was that the Nancy Guthrie thing, they're gonna arrest somebody this week. Okay, she's gone. That's my opinion
Oh
for
yeah, she's
entertainment
gone.
purposes
100%.
only.
Yeah.
Okay, and that we've all been just cruising along, living the good life after COVID, thinking that we don't have to worry. Well, yes, you do. And I'm not saying this for scare tactics, but there is a gentleman, and his name is Dr. John Campbell, and he is in the UK. He has a YouTube channel, and I have listened to him all throughout COVID. He has a PhD in nursing. He teaches nursing. So his information is all 100% science based. It's not Fox Entertainment Channel tainted. And I listened to this was probably a month or maybe a month ago, about this virus. It starts with an N. Do you know the name of it? The Nokia virus, but it's the
I
fruit
don't
bat
remember.
virus.
I
There's
watched there's a YouTube channel that I watch too, and I can't remember the name of it right now because I'm a squirrel. But they talk about all the viruses and health things going around because F45 cut the CDC stuff, and so that's
we
where I
don't
get
know,
a lot
but
of that
the
information.
the point I'm trying to make is this man is very good. He does not listen to conspiracy theories, and he goes straight to the science. And so I think this week we're going to find out about Nancy Guthrie, where you're going to hear more information about this fruit bat virus. And I
Nipah
think
virus.
yeah, yeah, I think that's NIPOH.
Okay.
Nippo virus, I think, but I could be wrong. Thank you, artist. That's Liz, right? Artist Liz.
Yeah, Liz.
Um,
Mhm.
so, and I think that we're going to go through some of this same crap again with cyber attacks, and it's either going to be drones, cats, sorry, drones, but it's like an inevitability that they're going to do something because of something else. Something happens that, oh, here we go again. And that's why I think the judgment card came out. And I think that for the collective, this is from the secret language of darkness. She also has the secret language of light. Of course, I went with the darkness because I'm an
Of course
unholy
you
witch.
did.
And this came out and it says Shadow Song. So I think that what we're going to need to do this week is to find some sort of soothing comforts for us, because we're going to see some things going off the rails this week. And whatever you can do to help soothe yourself, because it's like, didn't we already go through all of this already? It's kind of that feeling with, the virus and, just, oh my God, here we go again. I mean, we are living in super crazy times. And,
I know, seriously, it's like, what was I thinking when I chose this?
they say, well, you chose to be here.
I know. I'm like, what the hell?
Excuse me. Nobody talked to me about this. Okay? Nobody. Right. But
I deny that.
yeah. So should we do
I want to point out something. Hold on here. Yeah, Aaron Parnas has been for about Zorro Ranch. I've been saying this for a while, and I did months ago. I did videos on this too. That it's not. They're going to find bodies on the island, on the ranch, on the golf courses. There a lot of bodies, and they will never find all of them that were actually unalived. And there were many that were sold for that purpose, because that was it was
entertainment for them.
It was what was that with Fantasy Island? It was Fantasy Island for all of your deep, dark, gross fantasies, and that was a fantasy for many of the men, and it happened to girls and boys and young women and young men and animals. And you're going to find. I don't want to
hear about the animals.
I don't want to hear about any of it.
I will say this: they already have the detectors out there at Zorro Ranch.
Yeah.
And secondly, there is a Republican from Texas that now owns Zorro Ranch, which is running for office in New Mexico.
And his son is on Trump's cabinet.
So you know what the point there is if he wins, they will never let anybody onto Zorro Ranch.
Yeah, well, he's not going
to.
So
they need to get their detectors in there and dogs and all that, and they're starting to. And
yeah,
I think
a lot will be reviewed. Again, not everybody, but and a lot of the readers have been saying this for a while, but I did videos on this months ago too, and it's very disturbing. The pictures, for us to talk about it is one thing, but we're also on the end of it that, like, I don't know. I don't know. Do you see pictures? I see pictures of things. So I see pictures and I hear things, and it is horrifying. And whatever we talk about it is a small fraction of what I actually see. It's horrifying. Your worst possible conception of what happened, it's worse than that. So they can never. This is why I will never shed a tear when any of them take a dirt nap. I will not. They fully deserve everything that's coming to them. So
we won't be shedding tears over any of that. But
no,
I totally lost my train of thought. But anyway.
But I think we should probably call it though, because it's been about 2 hours. Yeah. So I did pull for a little lighter ending. I pulled an oracle card out of Oceans of Wisdom, and I got Siren's Call, and it's such a beautiful deck. I love this deck. And it says, follow the call of your heart and let its melody guide you to your true purpose. So, focus on you and what you need to do to be whole. The news is going to be the news. We have no control over this. It's good to be aware. Let crazy creators like Sabrina and myself, pay attention to those things so we can inform you. But you don't have to live in that world like we do. However, we do appreciate your support for having to live in the world.
For hanging out here. Is there anybody
So
left in the chat?
Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and know that you can book readings or sessions with both of us. Our information is in the description. So,
all right. So, from my very own Oracle deck,
yeah,
we're going to
new
be
path.
down a new path when this is all over with, and victory and strength. So. It's all going to be all right. It's not going to be all right, but it's all going to be all right.
We will. We will come out of this other end and be better for it. It's just, it's like giving birth. It's painful, but we're going to be happy in the end and also get no sleep. All right, everybody. Love you all. Please, like keep posting tomorrow night.
Make comments and all that other stuff.
Yes, come after. We appreciate it. And tomorrow night is the fireside chat for members. So just a reminder about that. Thank you, and we will see you guys soon. Bye.